Okay, let's talk about entertainment. So there's a handful of TVs in the coach. There's the one above the kitchen, the one along this back wall that is labeled the Nook TV. In the back master bedroom, there's a TV, and there are two TVs in the bunks. There's one for each bunk. And then there's a 6 TV on the outside, just on the other side of this wall. There's an outside TV. So if you want to use these TVs, you can watch TV on them just with a remote control. Just turn the TV on as regular. I'll come back to that in a moment. But if you want to do some other functions, they're controlled through this media center right here. So the first thing you want to do is, once you have 120 volt power, you want to go ahead and turn all of these switches on. Now you want to make sure that you turn all of them on, because when it's summertime and it gets really warm, this compartment with the electronics can get hot. So there actually is a little temperature control unit right there, and it'll keep air circulating through the cabinet, keep everything cool, but it does require 120 volt power, which is coming through, I believe, switch number 8. So looking here, this kind of video mixer, if you will, it's going to control these 3 TVs: the kitchen TV, the Nook TV, and the outside TV. There's 3 options for them. You can either set them to dish, that is if the coach had the Dish Network antenna, which this one does not. Or you can set it to game, and game is actually this HDMI connection right here. It's actually labeled as game. We primarily use that for a laptop. So one thing we do with the kids before we leave is we jump on Netflix and Amazon Prime and download to a laptop really as many movies or shows as we can get on there. And then we'll set the laptop up here, connect to the HDMI. There's a power connection up there, and then that way you can watch shows while we're moving. So I'm going to set this to Blu-ray. I'll set this Nook TV to Blu-ray. Then taking this remote control right here, and it's important to note that this is a Seiki brand TV and remote, which is actually the same brand of TV that's outside and in the master bedroom, and any of these remotes control any of the TVs. So that remote controls that TV. It's going to turn on here in a second. I'm going to take this Roku remote. I'm going to turn on the Nook TV. I'm going to set the input to media rack. So right now there's no signal because the DVD player is off. So here's the DVD player. Let me go ahead and turn that on. You can go ahead and use the DVD player to play a DVD. Up here in the cabinet behind, there's a few DVDs that we keep in here. Feel free to help yourself to those. This is also where we store the remotes. So the TVs are synced. It's nice. It's a lot of fun with kids. They get a big kick out of having everything all around them. If you want to use the TV, you want to set the source on here to TV. HDMI 1 is the source for the media center, but you want to set the TV, and then you're going to need to search for channels because the motorhome changes locations a lot. The channels aren't always the same. So if you're connected to the cable, you want to set air/cable to cable. Get closer. Set it to cable, and then run an auto scan. If you're not connected to cable, like if you're connected to the antenna, what you're going to want to do before you run the auto scan is come over here and take a look at the antenna. This is the antenna right here. There's a little arrow on it that shows you which way it's pointing. And the best tip I can give you is figure out what direction the nearest major city is and point that arrow towards it. Once you've done that, you can come back, run your auto scan. It'll pick up channels for you, and then you'll be able to watch those on the TV. You'll need to do that though for each of the TVs. They run separate. They're not all linked for the channels. One more thing to note when using this TV is this TV actually has a Bluetooth speaker connected to it. So if you turn the TV on and the sound is either not there or very, very faint, all you have to do is press and hold this button for 1 to 2 seconds, let it go, you'll hear a tone, and then you'll notice that the sound from the TV has started playing through the speaker. If you want to use the radio, come up here to the dash, this button right here, push it up. That'll turn on the radio located under the monitor. The radio is located in the dash, but the speakers are throughout the coach. So there is a speaker overhead here, this black one, and there's a few more running through the back of the coach. So you can control the radio here. It has Bluetooth, you can connect a phone or other device for it. And the one thing you want to keep in mind though is the radio is powered off the chassis or the engine battery. What you don't want to do is leave the radio on unintentionally and have it drain the battery and then go to start the coach and be all out of juice. So make sure when you're done with the radio, you turn it off.